TV. Ajatsuengme Keminshe.
Good evening, Ghana. Good evening to each and everyone. Welcome on board. This is Boot for Boot, your favorite socio-political talk show on mass market television. We come your way on every Mondays and Wednesdays, exactly 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So tonight, you have no excuse to miss this program, because anytime we come like this, we come with a very solidified and a very concrete production. And tonight, the matters arising that we are going to delve deeper into it and make a very holistic analytical point of view from it is the remand of the Brun Regional Chairman for the opposition New Patriotic Party, Chairman Kwame Bafo Abronye, the matters arising concerning his remand. And tonight, the president of the land, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is going to have an encounter with the media. What are some of the expectations that we are going to expect to come out from it? So tonight, I have my guests who are also going to make very, very profound and very, very holistic analysis about the topic for tonight. And we're also streaming live on the super internet highway, and the code is Obashi TV on Facebook and as well on YouTube. And kindly add your voice to the conversation tonight so that your message can be read live on this show, because this program is very, very interactive. But before we pan into our topic for discussion, Miss Debbie King, a boxing promoter in United States of America, arrived in Ghana, and the purpose of her coming to Ghana is to come to promote the boxing fraternity. And she was welcomed by some delegations of Ghana Adangbe Lands Administration and some members of Ghana Boxing Authority. And after she arrived, she went to the premises of Ghana Adangbe Lands Administration and was nicely and beautifully welcomed by the president of Ghana Adangbe Lands Administration, King Ayutuma II. And we are going to give you a footage concerning a arrival tonight on this show. So let's take a stay and get the ball rolling. So let's look at the arrival of Mrs. Debbie King. And Debbie King is a daughter of Don King. Yes, the Badab and this pioneer. He is one of the best boxing promoters in the whole world. And Mrs. Debbie King is his daughter. So let's watch when she arrived at the premises of Ghana Adangbe Lands Administration.
Now, after my family tree, only Yomone Kaba, one more me, ni Equa Gan, but I can know our tower. You come no more, you are Kamuka Sanyapa again. Mukwe, a Sanapa Nekawa, ni Mofomo Niba, the way mommy, when you walk a walk gun, I don't. Now, walk gun Mantia, boxing and you want me to you were true. You walk can work, believe ni mokwe ba hin ake e ba ni ba wa boxing wo e kan ne komeba wo kan ne nyo hele lele awale ni jomo ne yin fe e ba ke atete shika ya adwen shika ona fe ne kwa wa gan wo gan do ta no manya ba asa for say yeah.
Okay, so these are some of the highlights of the arrival of Mrs. Debbie King, boxing promoter from the United States of America. And there was also an official address in terms of welcome by Africa Queen Mother Na Udi Edu Otupono Nonye Manye One, and also Mrs. Debbie King, and as well Kena Yutumba the first. So let's watch it.
Oda wa pashi ni wa ba wie sanene eke o imbi no fe no na kelaba o mwenegbine o yo hia o yo kuhia ni o ke bosta money bane bato o kelaba ni ba wawo je ake boss ape e bane ba wani bi baba wo onye wo wie fen o onye you adon
extend that opportunity to Ghana if we can bring it all together and make Ghana the second home for Rumble in the Jungle 2. My father did it 52 years ago in Kinshasa, Zaire, and I, being a part of the Ghanaian culture, want to bring it to Ghana. So hopefully, you know, I'm calling out for all support and all help, sponsors, private investors, so that we can bring this fight to fruition and let Ghana be recognized all over the world and go into the history books for the next 52 years.
So this was we also covered when the Queen Mother, the African Queen Mother, Na Odi Edu Otupono Nonye Manye the first. Okay, there was a delegation from Ghana Boxing Authority who also gave a welcome address, and this is what he said.
shipi jimi adanse ajiri mo ni ngbena ni inye Ghana ji Ghana Boxing Authority Ghana Boxing Fena no miji sen notalo neji miji hienye lo keji abafe boxing e manem mi taflache iye be mi be je boxing abafe no no yo mi peji wo nagbo bo ni wona egbe ji de bikin ke aka de bikin je gbo ye boxing neji atule no mu mi e papa ji donkin keji wo fen wa anu gbe ni dan donkin ke e promote fighter lo le gbomo e kadi mo no kwa na le peji e ten 12 e yen ni edumoshin e biyo jimoni e be bato wo no kenke ga ma wi ko be obakeni de kome won ebo keni jin enyo, which means you came with one hand, we are embracing you with or welcoming you with two hands. So welcome to the land of obake no ni ominji e bi ene ba kecho wo nyami nyo e kome no ni ayitumbe shia mi awole no ya no manye enya anjoni ekele na wiemu ye wa mo ni eyawo ye gashpon ne no leun akeni leun taflache gan kan etuye no e ba bi ene dan she e afine bi ene ba e ba ye atuletwa he ke wa mo ni eyoki ya gadangbe ni je gashpon no we ba keji wo fen wa aka be ko e afi nyuma enumu ke enyone e papa ni ji donkin e fe fight fight na afi Muhammad Ali nu wo fen wolele le gbla wo boss na mi e ke George Foreman ni ano ye eko shi abano ye Africa e na ano ji Congo wote amegwenu mi afoko wote amegwenu odrako kan mo wo kande ni wo ko shi eka etwi no ni jile de bikin eka etwi no ake sani afe eko ni femo na afe eko ege ekwe na sani afe ye gashpon no mo keji e aba gashpon no mene no ewo eba ni no komeni yomi ngomo yemo dokodoko komeni yomi nji Muhammad Ali bi yowe ni ji Leila Ali ekpene ake ibeba no ye bie mi je lepe gbeme wujin strut ni yo atwele no momi na me ye manse amo me ekpene ake amamba no ye bie ne no bako eba wokele ba na shitamo ka wokele na shitamo bolonia ha ni ha na promoter boxing ye bie wo ba ha leko no ba ha legbe ni e ka promote me ke fight ne ta o efe no ka je be ne mi ahun ki ashi be ne ekwese ya wo ba na wosajiana nikaji wa na wosajiana wo shinye niji newsmaker say niji adafetwalo wo ba chanyi ye wo no fe momuni wo ba ni nyena eni wo ka wiemu eje eni wo hye ke eni wa agbena ke beini atwele no mo baba no ene ke ne bi papa agino no wo bio ke hanle jomo papa ni enye ne ke ba mo fe mo ni ato jomo fun yese ne ke ya wolenga alo ke afele no ko wo trash din wo no be mi le eke wo cheme ni ba to spon no enu because na kan mo e ba sumo alo etao ni no ya abashpon no wo to le ha wo cheme ke wo nyeme ni ba to spon no enu no ene jinoni wo bio ake jomo ke no ya ke wala wo jinoni wo bio ke hale no fe no de atai de afe jomo efe jomo hale no fe no de afe ne e afe plamo alo palemo kin ale wo won pafa wo spon no eba wo sumu ni noko gbonju oba ni na le bie ke e aya e ate ni noko gbonju wa ni na le wo spon no eje ni ete wo cheme ke wo nyeme ni bato spon no amenyese na me bue eja ke edwenju mu papa ke ha ebi amebi ne ameshin yese ene ke ni bi papa jino no wo bio ke ha le twa no manya.
And King Ayitumba II also gave welcome remarks when Mrs. King Debbie went to the premises of Gardangulan's administration, and this is what he said.
Ile mi fe manchele twane ne haniji papa ko chele wo yele he walena agemle twane shade e badru wo Gadangbi tete dede kekoko wonyami yo ne beba pewo le chwane shida jino no ke ha jile mi fe manche ake ka chon wonyami yo ni ji Queen of Africa ne wo wule manye adu tupo no ke ha ka dangbe papa na fe no ke chon le no efe drumo e ba ha wo wonyami ni efe mi ageshin wo chuchu boxer ni ji promoter ni ji donkin enyami yo ke wonyemme le woni yo gadangbe ke wonyemme yo secretary wo pe ame ke shida ke petemple ke ha gadangbe fe ake no fe no ni ame ba fe wombi wala wombi dromo ake no ni ba fe no gbonyu e ajeson mene wonu ni wonna obake mubake shida nya wo fe kome gadangbe tete ino fe no ni ba fe no ya ha Ghana ke gadangbe ma wo momi wo pa hinti manchema sanjini ekeshigbe mo lahin ashiswe mo ke boni eyale efe mi akeke no ya baba mane mi e ba wawo won bigbena ke chongbena ne no gadangbe aklowa papa fe inu ame wonshin ke chon afiyeli momi ke chon manchayeli momi ni ke shitwa ke shigbemo no mo hinti ba on chone ke gbene no ngene ngle twa ne no nyami yo ne e ba shewode ne wo ka fi okadi koni wo kana chakemo koni wakpa wala hia hihwemo no ya jino ni hani gangbe baya no ya jino ni bani Ghana mu baya no ya jino ni hani jimajimfe baya no mletwa ne kebene baba ni neke la hihwemo ne efe baba ofe bone ba anye ba plekeshi airport te ba fete no ya baba ma wo ke je ni papa ni tete dede kekeko no fe no ni je ni ahihwini mo won bi twishiba mo fe mo afupo keje langa ke agbe adan inshomi ke ashikeiro mo fe mo ni oshina ko ni nale won bi chofele akemo bonamo e ka be ku wo safi ne kengle twane wo wi odane akenya wo fie kome ni ji mikin ayitumba ni ji enyo gadangbe fe shipon no ma ebule akeko me fe mo ni hewale yo mi wo ya no wo wi akeshin challenges will still to continue to bedevil this country unless personnel of lands administration change their attitude to work. No me wo here no ne ke abo wotwe ake sake wo fe kome both traditional councils the regional house of chiefs ke gbejano to fe ni yo manchema asumi efe mi akeshin ke won fe akeshin olupai tete ni ji manchema yen lo ye ne ke majan la hihia hihwe mo ne eba wo he aka na moko ke hechemo wo he aka na moko ke shigbe mo shimon ekome fe mo ni ha ni he wale ba ma mi no ni ha ni no ya ba ma mi won bi chofele ni wonyami yo ne be ba hwe shi ne wa wife ni keja na ka shibo kan shom ka shiku no efe dromu ha wo ni to fe ne ke ba e ba fe shade ha wo won to manchema fe ni yo gadangbe ne fe no o manye won bi manye ni won ha me manye to ni shajo ni mlakwen ene wo bi ye che ke momo konklo le gba mi.
So after this, Mrs. Debbie King was escorted to the office of Ga Adangbe Lands Administration for a conversation, and this is what transpired at the office.
What I'm asking of all of you is a big undertaking, and it will definitely take us all collectively to make this possible. We want to be recognized throughout the entire world for bringing boxing back to Africa, and on a magnitude that will top what my dad did. You know, he did great things. Now I want that legacy to continue, put my own spin on it, and we supersede what happened 52 years ago, so that our children will be able to read about it in the history books. That fight alone had over 1 billion views. It's the largest sporting event to date in the world. And it happened on this soil. And I find that that's very imperative that I bring it back to where it began. Nelson, I had the wonderful pleasure and honor of representing him. I was his manager, my brother and I, for years when he became champion. I courted, you know, so I would love to see them men while I'm here, if we can do that, because I haven't seen them in a very long time.
I can even call them here, Azuma Nelson and I courted, so you can talk to them, and I'll make sure you'll see them as well.
All right, and I have the honor of representing your young prince.
Prince Labi.
Great fighter.
Prince Labi, what big no big beautiful only a check. Nke chejeshia, a challenge adanse, ya glishimia, Neji Prince Labi, ke ofin oba kwele, ebule wana kwele shi oba nale. Ni ebane oba nale. Le hon e wale fiu kwele, je le pe, shi kweme.
We'll make great things happen here.
So that this thing happen. I don't have to say it, but let me say it because that will confirm what I'm saying. Just because in a rush coming to meet you and whatever, I just realized when I go to the airport, I've even lost my money. Yes. And I mean, I'm just saying it for the explanation I'm giving, so that you know that the elders over here and everybody over here, when it comes to boxing, we cherish it very, very serious. That is why some of us, when we started following boxing or learning, becoming an apprentice of boxing, which his uncle or his brother is the one who I went under Akesi. On the table, we have also gone. I told myself that boxing, we know that if you want to do boxing as a coach, you need to be there at the boxing world in the name of America. And that was my dream. And really, that was my first attempt of traveling outside Ghana to be in the States. Just to study and upgrade myself and come down, come and help our people from the street and make them somebody, because they are all great all the time. But when you don't have the opportunity, you can never get there. So with what you are bringing on board now, you energize boxing that we are doing. This is why we are at the GBA, to make sure we support boxing to get to the top, so that we can compete and challenge our brothers over there. So thank you. You are welcome.
When we finish, and then we'll have them in a position where we can challenge all over the world. You know, I'll set them up, you knock them down.
Forward. And Mr. Setni Ama Kwe, who is the Operations Director for Ghana Lands Administration, gave a summary of all that happened, and this is what he said.
Because so far for the privilege given me, I'm Setni Ama Kwe, the Director of Operations for Ghana Lands Administration. And as you asked me, thankfully enough, and glory be to God, now in a Greater Accra land, we said Obake, which means welcome to Greater Accra, the city of Ghana. And I think wonderfully, as you said, we have in our midst the hero of all times, Don King, the daughter Deputy King, in our midst here, trying to bring a boxing promotion in our arena. This is my first time she is coming here. I think this is the third time she's coming here, making sure it's going to put everything in place by empowering our boxing industry in this Ghana here and greater precisely. Gadangbe Lands Administration, as you can ask me, is the defense of Ghana State. That's King Aituma II. And I do to Ponojasi is the one welcoming our guests as tradition demands in our greater career currently. As we said, welcome in our Ganton, we said Obake. So he's here making sure, he's here making sure our guests here will do as expected to embrace the Ghana State here.
All right, so finally, your last phrase, so summarize it.
Yo nyeme shwanene metwane mi banye de manye benyemi niama oshimpa yo gajadu tukono ni di director of operation kan Gadangbe Lands Administration wo bi shwanene ke ha wo kan wo ma fen tue no ake nja achele ne o manye ko shebele fi wo no ni jigame won che wala ke ka kutuku bi eja kutuku kada me ni wo box arena ni twan ke wo bi ke wo pa me ni ba no the last of berima niji azuma nursing ke o pa ko no fi ana ko bon pa ai quality amepi ai quality Joshua quality ke baba o nyama kai amba no na me ke dumoshin ama niji greater Accra ni mena gbene o pa ko no fi ana e manse ni ile un ke bale boxing ka che boxing onupo to ba ke wole ka wo ke ntwepo kai wole niji the hero donkey I think I can be you. Energy shit no neighbor, my name ni eba to or pack on off no ki Aituma II. Nija do to kono jase ni ke eno ya manye niji na odi obani ado to kono ya manye. Okay, what fe kumi ni legimone ke ni tegbe chomo neba ni e welcome mama ne keba no dumo na wa wo le ke je airport keba shishi o kale ba shia wo le nija do to kono head office ni wo ba ko ni wo welcome le nwe fe ya ke ntole papa ba tu ni etule ken wa Africa e ba acha no ni kochano se eba ni ba akwe ko ni ba promote wo greater Accra o boxing ni no jilo ko no ke sho ka ni no ya wote hi e ba promote ni odomo na wa na wala ake Muhammad Ali e bi yo e ke eba ni eba ne ba no be ami ni fine ke promotion e ba ne ba no ne ke wu sole ko no onye mekuku mani futa e ne che we che the last of prince ni do onye mi no fi ko ni eje boxing ni e checha megbe ko onye mekuku mani ka ni awon mani boxing ti yin gashpon ne no ni checha me fa ga ba na mi ko ni nga me ni water shine fo mani be ami ni jidele ke e wo mi onye mekuku ni boxing arena le hun ba support ke o ka wo ga no wa tinga ke mi ne no jino no wo bi e ni wo fe wa na mi shewa wo du moskin aga kan ko me fi mu be na ga wo le wo ka wo bakin che o mla o ba she na go che me ke ni ye ga before me o ke we come ye onye me aka ru me o ke akwaba fe skumeto no fe Ghana no ke Ghana no e ka na rado
forward. And one of the chiefs who also was present at the occasion also gave an account of what transpired, and this is what the chief said.
Dromona wo manche yeli ani wo yo se namo ekume ba omo sheku ni ba Dabikin niji donkin biu eke e papa nu chumo ne ba chu ke machine e chano no ha ni mene wo do mo shine ba Ghana ni ba Ghana wo game boxing ji wo nu chumo na ke lewo boxing na ke lewo jogba lele eba ni wo mu emi ke ni ko me ba wo ke ni je enyo helele wo mu emi wo welololo ake wo gamancheme ke wo gamaji acheme ke wo nyeme ke wo kume na wo beche wo ke be agmashimi gbla mo wo ke gme wo se ni wo bua wo ina ni wo gbla no ya ken ha wo biye wo yute amenta no ya ni wo gbla no ya ken ame mi ya no mi welololo ake wo teme ko wo twa wo ifa hia ake ke no ya ba be manchete wo yo le ken wo yi manche ni wo ke no ya aba wo community say Gadangbe tete wo fe wo no ko nu no ya ni wo ta wo gbla ke ba wo ke ko ba wo mumi ni wo no ko nu wo game yute be na megbe wo nye wo bua wo ina ko ni no ya ni wo ta wo na ke ba wo mumi to wo ni di enyo mi welololo mi ya no mi welololo ake wo event go ko ni wo ba fe niji na Center for Cultural Development. Keha many your entertainment business here, show business here. Ake wakawa wo oba mi awon here. Koni watchu de ngbe chumo ni wakawa youth oyake amewo na ke woba. Ni won welolo ake bebe ke ni be wakan wose. Koni no ya ne ba wo push no ya kone samufem we ne twa no manya.
And Mrs. Debbie King also gave an intention of why she is in Ghana, and specifically she is here to help the boxing fraternity, and this is what she said.
Recognized here and honored here, as well as the up-and-coming champions around the world. We're going to do local shows while we build up to the big ones, so be expecting some Debbie King promotions to be taking place here in Ghana. It has not stopped. He just turned on August 20th, 94 years young, and he is currently trying to promote something right now, so he will be a promoter until God calls him home.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm when you young, we're going to Pakako Echelewo, Robalomi at the airport, what part the King Bay. Kiani Banila Webafita because no cocaine tree on the tower FA. They rumble in the jungle too. No, no New York knew about FA page. One more fair, one more yo. From the point of Ghana Boxing Authority, about a license, one hale. Danny Aku say, I can Rokaji Wahale license, and what is Shumon or Tower one hale. Kedi I and the Aku say, if I should be an as a promoter, the guy Aku say, if I as a promoter of the Ghana Boxing Authority. Any Gino what talk, Kewale, alone, no Nico New York State. I guess I know what Kewale and what Kewale, Wabafi Kewale. Kenya work a solemo, and yes, go no friend, Bafemo, only a Kuni, Kedi, I make a Ghana back, Papa, Aya, me and you who say, Beku, could never feel on the tower.
Forward. And no AC. Because of one or two reasons, the arrival of her at the Futuka International Airport, we are working on the video, so God willing, Monday we will bring that footage. Okay, my guest at Chassis, Michael Kojo Amela, who is a social activist, and I Yahoo Agbenyo, Greater Accra Regional Communication Team member at the NDC. Ewa, or Matanasi, Minsembra, for Injamana Canadina, and Faka. We're streaming live, so Facebook and YouTube, and so to me, Abu Niakoba, and your machine TV. For I drink to comment section, now you're back in come idea. Koyo, the Bia Bokode.
I'm Namiadumo, no, it has a whistle.
Yaozo,
all correct.
And by Papa Bana.
Oh, now someone is by Papa now. Me feel a shaman ebo. Now, me head the way I fix me kwa mamia. And one amamani aje. Wow, Basham, as I say, quite you're fixing na if we traffic light, no, the big traffic light, no, at the bar Presby Junction traffic, you're fixing horn na, as I say, or more remote to the back of the station, no. The way I Sham, as I say, dear, so fantastic. Oh, really?
Oh, we are Shama boy.
Oh, okay, that is fine. But say we testify. We testify. Oh, upgrading Ben. Oh, there we can pray. I didn't go. Got someone didn't pay. A pavement too. Here said the whole road is being paved.
Jericho. Shama Jericho. Back flat and party.
It's not sad. Then you shall see everybody answer. Yeah, the call. Yeah, the call into the boy Abaso sad. For 8 solid years. Oh, yeah. Pink lady. How many days? What was in this? Me say
pink lady.
Now me meaning pink lady. Unim baby a woman ma. Your friend said private hospital been a water
story building.
Me person me advert amobia. But I drove my people on that road, and because of the state of that road at some point in time, I nearly had an accident.
Now you see how they asphalt.
Now we have asphalt no my speed run back. Best afajato. Speed run back. Best afajato. Ekakiti kame yenya accident was but ya kwan no. Maye boya baso na emi ku station no kwa ko hese de ya no boya baso that is just the
contract no
oh Debbie whether it was MP
and I'm not commission some go commission am gina
but ya de no
but munya mo vote na sha ma de mind this mo ma ye hu nyama na sha
abana baso
and na sha ma price so mo fix you mo e ba security demonstration no use o
che o de tubu emba ho just enra Tuesday well it was just enra na me share ashaman boys ni bi o mo catch them say MC fix you o mo call interview they just came yesterday. I met them into there no
me da shama
yeah man I met the boys near me share o mo opa frɛ avadechi nabusa no Moses nabusa said they make an enu kan asem boy
okay forward
yeah.
All right, call you by me for chassis. Come on, now to crom na fe ye tinsi and then emre wo pa na enko abron ye ya man remind so ni nsem bia wakeka so your videos for I bebo emre come on so far so good. Munya ma say
you say aban papa ba ntin you go so share the aban papa no
Vamos aban papa we so are prices the social media prices so go for
say sometimes you know politicians and they believe more in the rhetorics. The Becca ama if anything ama bina eden agiding because Sebio His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama no enya time embati so and we don't expect him to have the time to come live on television to come and defend himself on anything. Political apparatus now. When it comes to the reality on the ground, we the ordinary Ghanaians that go out there on the daily, this is not to, how to call it, politicize or defame the government. But sometimes we should be very realistic in our approach. Sometimes you get to know, say, prices of things are not on the decline. They are continuously increasing. And let me tell you this. If you go to the bank, I don't know if you have a dollar account or anything. Now say $1 you want to go and withdraw dollar. They tell you say there's $1 available. And then if you are into business, if you are maybe you have transfer a bit of dollar if the editor are there online. The banks even have the perusal to even tell you go to the black market, get your dollar for you. And mind you, if you go online right now and you want to check the dollar rate, $1 is to how many cities? 12 cities. But you know say who could our dollar? Now say we be able to $100 na me question wa about you are about bet me 13 cities. Unim say
na say dollar na say right.
And I make catch us say check dollar now $1 is to 12 cities. Some boy bet me check. But say me could $100 na say me question wa about you bet me 13 cities. What I just suggest to you, say once you a business person now could toss $100 no about you on farm out 13 we ma higher. Me boy because me could me question wa no me 13 na say exchange rate me 12. It means say me per dollar na or be more than 13.
Sure.
What you say? Into what kind of country are we running? See, I can say indeed about Papa Banasi per se your money cost. We are not speaking against the government, but sometimes we should face the realities on the ground and make the people understand. Say there are challenges and let's admit it. How do we find a lasting solution to it? Rather than pushing a narrative for you to believe, say everything is fine. Oh, the central bank is in charge of everything. The government is doing so well. But at the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaians, when we go out there, we feel the brunt of it. You see food inflation. The last time I heard the government statistician, they can say, oh, food inflation in certain countries, abasi. But tell me, you can't say kenke was this price some time ago. Maybe at this kenke price reduced. Have you bought kenke and price reduced? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is not to badmouth the government, but the reality is the things that we are saying is on the decline and our prices are decreasing. That is not the reality. It's either they are fixed or they are sharply increasing. The last time I canceled by you, formally by you, you say 50 pesos. First, you say 20. After the time, you say 50. See, now it has increased to 1 city. Pardon. But then, Be Obi can say because of politicization, or can say Onyema Basu acquire some go back to 20 city, but the reality is here, which are by your time back by 1 city. Is that the reality that we are talking about? The government is doing so well, but sometimes the propaganda is becoming more than necessary, and we are losing the track of reality.
Production, but say you share a video, na back topic na kasa. Proud to election 2024. On my very derogatory and defamatory comment be defy a man penny. Now we say ET Embra. Production, Embra.
I'm saying, Tom Hammer, the spokesperson here. On him no more than CD. Oh, Master, more than just a member city of Menfacran and Metro. No, okay, what I may catch away. What from and I'm just almost here by it here. Find some when I and some hole. Your throw woman, of family, I will bring up to some unfound cocoa, Roman. And this group me, you know, Madame Cocoto, as you say. Massa, I want them to go what we are. But there are some cocoa to go to the normal for 3 patio. Me say, some was a son of which are platforms about me, I will talk about me, I will talk about me. On any sports person be a year and Kodayo. Bomia, on any sports person, you be uncle Kodai. Bomia, and the Eddie be a year. But Mobuni Panama the neighbor. On one the sports person here. Our piano within the NDC. Or piano within the NDC. Or we are not with the deputy minister compensating. SCH Assembly did deputy minister compensating. A compensating spokesperson. Yes. So what you want grandson Mahama cannot move. From back and was a simple crewman. And some ever catch and on to me move. Some 2 months yakano. That to be ready. A crab man behind a white chronic Cassanyane. Her creativity be our by a Nisu Bema and then Nisu communicator. Every and this. Wow, politics is that small boy. That's a year to me. Oh, Sabom Yavi Proko. Mama now would you campaign man on yet to send you. Ni egg, ni sport person, you know, on him no. Our chroma. On him no. What's that platform for? No contents on kind, no come. Talk about Yavi Proko. Bomia dear, Proko on me, and an egg the beer who are one yemini hero. Bamahama yemini egg the year. I brought you and what I say. Will be a spokesperson. Now, we will say today that I don't know that Befix Colombia. I know that every day. And for size away, and we really vote and I had it.
Sometimes, you know, say métier such a person as a Okasa. It makes me a bit wonder if the MPP party now, some of us grew up admiring. No? That's the party that we are still seeing. And I think we know what now I can say with that. Now the how do you call it? The current administration, and I say the NDC as a political party is far more attractive and beautiful as compared to the current NPP Iowa.
And as you say, I'm fresh guest in you. You see a fresh guest in you. I'm quite you. Oh, first, Baba a fresh guest share NDC t-shirt ready. But you see a fresh guest or more than Yam will be baby or NDC.
I think so. Back to what I was saying, you know, it is making it look like the former NPP party, which was considered to be a party for decent people, well-educated, well-nurtured, and well-cultured people. Now, that tag has gradually been moved from the NPP as a party and now been given towards the NDC. Just quite recently, let's look NDC lawyers forum. A very beautiful thing to see. Let's not talk about even what the Honorable Fifi Kwete was talking about. Let's look at first time seeing such a beautiful thing like that. I'm saying for me, but formally you can't even have about even 50 or 10 lawyers in NDC. It wasn't like that, because looking at the history of that party, it was formed from a military junta, military rule, and then in the inception of His Excellency, may his soul rest in peace, Atamios coming into the scene of Besisan Bibiano, then we got to see, say now the NDC as a political party started investing heavily in education in people, educating people, sponsoring people to go and study law, and now those people have come out to refine the party inside out. Now you see saying NDC IFA. Formerly, who NDC flag post and the flag of the NDC itself speaks for itself. So this is not a party that is attractive. Now, this same NDC as a party, who has that same colorlessness and one, it is beautiful to see. Why? Because now you see brilliant minds talking. Look at Malik Basintali, Sami Jemfi, how do you call it? Eduji Tamaklo, Bawa Mutari. Oh no, you relax. You see, look at all these beautiful brains. How do you call it? Okujetua, Black, White, and the rest. When these people are talking, and even what they are being, even if they are doing propaganda, you could get to see say yes, this is fine speech. It is not about issue about defamatory. Even if they are lying, because even if they are lying, they know how to. You get it. They know how to go about it in such a way. Say you, the one listening, you buy into those ideas. But now, formally, that was the position of the NPP. The NDC took the position that the NPP is taking right now. And I said, who say NDC make us formally? It is always full of noise, full of insults. As a buga buga. But now, no. The NDC have taken the fine streets, while the NPP, formerly the elite club, now are going the path of how to call it bugaism. What you are saying now, just opposing it to what Abronye DC is saying. Look at such a fine gentleman like yourself. Not anybody per se, but a regional chairman of a political party.
Constituency level share on Akaba.
What you are saying. A political party that has been in government before. You have held an appointment before. Now you can sit on television. That's what to me talk about someone's private life, whether true or not. That is when you want to bring it on air just to defame the person. Since when did that become our political scope? What did the Americans say? Now, bringing it to reducing the NPP as a political party. Now let me tell you, the NPP as a political party has no respect in this country. Looking at how things are going. And let me give you an example. Now, if you hear Fifi Kwete speak, it feels like everyone falls in line in the NDC. No, when the NDC is having a program, say what do you see? In my opinion, I see someone who is acting like women, very observant, very strict, smiles when he needs to, laughs when he needs to, shakes when he needs to, act in the right direction. That is what I see. But now let's bring the same personality, the same position to the NPP. Who is the general secretary of the NPP? Now listen to JFK speak. It feels like he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Thank you very much. Well, the American, this is not about maybe attacking the personality of the what you are saying. Looking at the personality of the listen. Charisma plays a lot of role. That is how come even if the former president, may so rest in peace, John, the flight lieutenant, Jerry John Rawlings, steps out of his car to even direct traffic, people want to adhere and listen to him. Anytime the man mounts a podium, people are very quiet and silent to listen to him because of the charisma. Now, we do not have anybody in the opposition NPP party that has that kind of charisma. Nobody. When you listen to how do you call it, Honorable Fifi Kwete speak, you get to see that this is someone who is a disciplinarian talking. But anytime you want to hear JFK speak, it's like you are expecting, say, whatever he's saying, someone else will come and defy the following day. And mind you, true, as a software washing come, or Kasabi Adechi and Obi, no, not defend, defy whatever he's saying. So yes, and we see it. Now let me tell you. Thank you. Now I think there are three elements in the NPP policy, and I can't wait now to see a so. We have the Asin Fosu Bill Gates, the Wale Abraham Maslow, and then the how do you call it? Abretifi Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. Abretifi Jeff Bezos. The NPP has become a party of who has more money, who has contributed more to the party, and who is able to give more. Hence, leading to the failure of the party capturing the seat of Akwetia. I get what I'm saying. I was very disappointed in how do you call it? Honorable Evans saying Brian Echampo coming out as a fine gentleman. We see the first video on the Ghanaian you talking about how do you call it? The pigeon, relating it to how he has sacrificed the party, how he intends to build the party forward. And I was very happy. But quite recently, and I gave this to the former Vice President Bawumia to do this, and he wasn't able to deliver, and he did so poorly in this, and you know who has sponsored the party more, and this and this. I sit back and I ask myself, is this the kind of leaders left in the NPP? Bring it back to Honorable Kennedy Japan, a very fine gentleman who say he has bold ideas. Now he gets to see, say, okay, anytime he touts the how to call it, what he can do for the party, he can never go away with touting his achievement, what he has done for the party, giving all MPs vehicles and all that. Mind you, it is very true. One way or the other, if you invest into a party, you expect to be treated fairly and given the same playing ground as everyone else. So it's very hard if maybe the party is trying to, how to call it, find a way to, deceive you or turn things upside down, sabotage you in some way. I believe it is true. But now, like I said no. I said NPP party nyabe why the wuska more. But hardly have I heard anyone say in the NDC how much they've invested and how much they are richer than the party or richer than anyone in the party. I mean, hardly. Yeah, when I said 10 times now, how to call it, this man was contesting the seat of flag bearer. When he said, yes. That's when we started hearing certain things from his spokespersons and all that. But right after everyone declares, okay, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is the one coming forward. Now, you didn't hear anything of that sort again. So why is the NPP doing this? That is why no one is able to bring Abronya in check. Mind you, do you know in 2022, he had the same suit against him? Are you aware? Yeah. In February, go and check the records. And he was even found about 100,000 Ghana cedis for defamation, disturbing public disturbance, and then publication of false news. In June or July, NIFN is saying another courts a boss has same here because they said there were lapses in the how to call it the accused. So when are we going to allow such a personality sit on air, abuse the personalities of people in the name of a political chairman or a political party, and then we sit aloof and allow him to speak? So when? Mind you, there are people watching, there are youth coming, and then they say, oh, if you need someone to give certain controversial statements, you know who to go for.
Business.
Thank you.
You
get it. Oh, assembly get to see someone, he will do it for you. Why are we reducing our politics to this level? It is very, very unfortunate. Honestly, some of the statements that he made, some of the how to call it, things that he say about people in the country, just the video that you played. How can you talk about someone's? You can't even say it on air. But mind you, people want the clicks, people want the likes. So in the moment you get Abronya, he can say, mind you, case no year or Onyawo 2022, he said that same issue on air, Hot FM, in February. Yeah. What you say? Where he was saying, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is planning a coup with an Al-Qaeda people. I mean, ni atenase. And nobody was able to in the party to call him to order. Party never friend disciplinary committee say best sanction say this same person will be acting anyhow. Now, is this person bigger than the entire region of Bono? Are you getting it? Is it bigger than the Bono region and they can't do anything about it? Is the Abronya bigger than the how do you call it, the NPP fraternity as a whole? Oh, yeah, okay, you in change because of the word. Now, mind you, and yeah. People outside the party pen or the EU, even in the internal politics of the party, is doing the same thing to people. If the NPP still wants to what you see, if the NPP still wants to maintain their integrity as one of the finest political parties in Ghana's history, I think such people must be spoken to or opted out of the party so that the fine brains like the Miracles Abuaje, like the people who can speak without defaming anybody, should carry out a political discourse without defamating or without insulting anybody. That is how and when the NPP can come back to power. But if they want to stick to this, opposition will be a long way for them.
Alright, for one, Nipa Michael, could you social activists? I feel me call Bema. Yao Agbenyo, honestly, a Greater Accra Regional Communication Team member, NDC. You're trying to say Chief Dodo, so Greater Accra Regional Communication Team member for MPP Subabe Kayesa. Now, as I'm a call Yao, Sono, Emra, Che Abronye, Pessia Quatressa video, Emra, MPP supporters Libya call her Gitati said, your mother Abronye, Nefe, and Queen in Chain in Chinsama, or Mokai, Emra.
Synagogue Church, provision out to me blocking turning the other road into single lane. A whole choir, the taxpayer money, there are places and Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Pakistan, not Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. Those are the things that you need men and protections. Hey, be careful how you carry yourself. This 4 years, because you be on baby, I want in the so just be careful. That's all. You just have to be careful. Uni adofu, uni enemy is a state against people. But I am nyamine sheni pa.
Why would you be doing and then I'm more power. You don't do some of these things.
What's happening?
We just I'm trying to update the lawyer about the current chairman's court proceedings. Only for I don't know if he's from the Attorney General's office or whatever, telling me not to update the lawyer. And shouting on me. I mean, what is happening in this country? What is happening currently? We are not safe in this country. What the wheels of justice is penetrating towards other people. When it is NDC members, we know that they won't touch anybody. You have the likes of Rav who went to Ridge Hospital to beat the whole nurse. He's working freely. Chairman at Sofo Azoka threatened to kill the minority leader. He's working freely. Now you've reminded him on Friday that he should appear back on Friday. I am only updating the lawyer.
Tell us the offenses that he's been.
He's seen the lawyer will come out and definitely will update the media. But what I'm trying to say is that the likes of Kevin Taylor and other people are working freely. They insulted the whole of Tunfu and other people. And then when it's Chairman Abroye, look at the car they came in with. Look at that Black Maria that they came in with, Chairman Abroye. I mean, what is happening in this country? And then nobody can talk about it.
It is for best Branton or Kasayakuka or you should certain ways be media friendly and consumption for TV. Say we go here, this a year. I apologize for sad, we now a boom. But now say, ye did back, but yes, about we team feel in the
media. May have video no. Mr. Pan and Sanso Yamaro say MPP Pan and Omadani best with wet feathers here or Muntimintu. Mr. Mumbat yeah, addressing issues they said yet here. Getting to the end of the video no. Obika say Kevin Taylor no nam free. If you want to act like Kevin Taylor, go and sit in the US also. And then make your comments over there. But in this country called Ghana, we have laws in the country. So freedom of speech, you know, there is an extent to which every freedom of speech would go. As for your freedom of speech, you have it. But freedom after speech depends on the content of your speech. Freedom of speech, you are free to do whatever you like. Bible crack and say you are doing now who crime. And so you are doing now. We go to church, we hear the gospel all the time, but we don't want to practice it. They say Ghana is a majority Christian country. But you look at the things that we are doing in this country, and you ask yourself, say, and if you are Ghana near, say, a Christian nation, no, any other. Which is all woman, Munkwandia, or say, Udi Mrane. So when you look at our criminal code, 1960 Act 29, 30 now. You spell it out all the activities and the judgment that goes with it and all that. Misdemeanor now you accuse Abronye of committing. No, misdemeanor. Let me explain briefly what misdemeanor is. Your misdemeanor and your felony. And yes, answer war.
The felony comes on more first degree.
Yes, your first degree felony and your second degree felony. Now, me no. Abronya should even be happy and commend the IGP for not charging him with felony, but charging him with misdemeanor, because misdemeanor no below felony. But offense now no comment now. Any other police officer can push it into felony. A bit me aye.
Okay, only may yentie asemna or kafa IGP no embra. Enti production yentie asema abronye kafa IGP. Monday ni me bo ba ko na enye kura so hwe IGP no say nimpa buamu bibi I mean to be kawa. O de yentie second one no so da.
This MPB sen kame ko 2 kan ko ntwanto mbe ko ba election. Ajay tete ye onu kwasi ampanyini no ko betimi ana wontimi ye bisaw mo atiefo na mo njaji se me ana me koka se NDC MPB se ka me ko tu no ba bi ogina na kan constituency ye be ko ba election enka tete ye onu kwasi ampanyini no ko betimi ana wontimi mo misano enne and this is second vice chairman. Ojaino etimika se senko kwakoto afenyo makina. Enka ye be ye by election wo afitu constituency. Still Ogusuni Namakwa. And this communication officer akwatia onwa bie na no akase. Se ampa sen kom kwato afenyo makina kom be ye by election e wo fitu constituency chese kom be kunu be sinna e be ti samre ya asem ni si ye no Ghana Police Service any issue any statement minority leader of parliament na NDC for say sen ke kwato na nka another by election e be baso wo akwatia Ghana Police and Kasai. Kurasini IGP in Kasai. Well, you know, because a good sound back at a phenomenon can say, as a sub, you bet 2-9 can buy lesson ever cost war. Where IGP? But MPP need. Biena no for insult kaka on kasa obekum obi no muti no ko detain no 2 weeks Tim Makokotumo but and this is second vice chairman eso obekum minority leader.
All right, inti abronye asebo kafa IGP
inti Tio, look at section 207 of Act 29, the 1960 Criminal Code. It talks about abusive words, provocative words, insulting words, and it talks about breaching of peace or likely to be occasioned by. It is in some way, when you look at all this, efitimu perfectly Uber section 75 it talks about threat of death. Abronye kasa wase so okosia obobidi wase okosia no anka by election
by azoka akwetia by election azoka emra afenyo no bodyguards the NDC office okoyi posters bi ade and azoka into over inference to the azoka
good, but he himself had early on mentioned something in that regard. And what I'm saying is that statement, early on, no, it falls under section 75 of the 1960 Criminal Code, which falls within felony, not even misdemeanor. Ain't you know the you befa every misdemeanor, Eddie Ababe share felony. But you emphasize Dama IGP said were very lenient and understanding IGP one person will blow at the end out of proportionality or the amount misdemeanor keke, which is lower than felony. But left to me alone, he should be charged with felony. No one here because there is freedom of speech, but freedom after speech depends solely on the content of your speech. Now look at this MPP party. MPP party are a year party are anchor. A lot of people valued. One person I respected so much in the MPP was Kojo Banredu. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Look, that man.
Finance minister.
Then talk of Papa Usan Kuma. Is this the same MPP that we are seeing today? Look, I stand MPP best about power beyond the Nadia sound. MPP best party power beyond pan the Nadia sound. Because the kind of people they have now, why name for more MPP must say, want to me. Abronye. And go for year they can't bridle their tongues or mukasa boa. No, excuse me to say, be crying. Bibia on person kebia no mobi o manaka. Ade say. And this uncle for when na say yan hwe na ye ni omo ankasa. As if say mpanyinfo kwan ni MPP mu biom. Na no kwa meti say Kufuor His Excellency John Ajekun Kufuor complaining say when they are doing things they no longer even consider.
Ma yentie dia okafa President John Dramani Mahama our menso Embra.
President Mahama, what be bad no kankane, no fin, no kankane. Mate, so when now Hitler kaka, into one can was him. Pana ban we the militant akobo ma. Mate, yanka hohe, I do international community. Senior police officers omugu headquarters one. Experience omuwatete yo no nibi. Mate, nama, anam se wabo akokranti. Abronya ono no. Butu rawro. Na mi butu rawro. Ne trade se rawro. Mate, butu rawro. IGP. And you were new say police officers any militants and the Gina Dubri. Mate. Militants who won't even come for your operation. Hey, shame on the Ghana Police Service. But in Telleria, these militants and Maku 15 Echo Dubai that day on the 11th with the business class. I break my mouth for the kaka. Mutier. Kaka bro for Prade saying Hitler. Yeah, bibi sabi. Oh no, abronya, oh no. Bibi sa ye course I touch school so sa ne man ye kai. Trekese no. Fasa trekese no fa ko class one den. You bought this car in March 2025. Obedu ya sika ye de wo je ye na within 1 year wana no. Prim ana de
you know yeah.
I'm still on this Abronya matter. John Dramani Mahama is not as vindictive and vicious as, excuse me to say, some of the former president of Ghana have been. Therefore, surprise we say sanko fo na ya chi omutuma His Excellency Anka Sabe Sakwako Pachawa Mom say they are Ghanaians, so warn them, give them counsel and all that and let them go. And no thing as say or more arrest they just make sure they put the fear of God in you, then they leave you to go your way. But a time is coming we will no longer tolerate these things. And if these people are not stopped in their tracks, Abronye na me ka say MPP, I said the same thing for BN. My brother made reference to the fact that now the elders in the party, as brainy as they are, Omuntimi and Casantre appointees, the
center cannot hold.
The center cannot hold. Omuntimi and Casantre because they no longer have the power. The current national executive of the MPP, Omun needs our respect, He made reference to Fifi Kwete and his personality. Who had the way or carrying home. Fifi Kwete, you will never hear say Fifi Kwete buefu and now or Wakaseti will be an answer where you will be an won't tisa. Submit them fee upon all his sharp-edged tongueness. You will not hear say Sami bien no Sami will not use those things. We are very vociferous when it comes to communicating our ideals and our performance. But say exchange banter. Like look, no matter how sometimes I have studio hano because of the way I will handle your mawa. My studios beer by the time I ever say you know 9 people 4 to 2 blows. Why? I didn't know more so violent, sir. If it is not verbal assault, then it is physical assault. Then when the people are arrested, they will go and shout and make noise and riot. Then the people will be released. At then MPP party in Kwande. Anyway, na me call back na me tracy MPP party, you know, from the beginning. Na me who say, oh, right from the Aborigines Right Protection Society, Breso, any day by UGCC, all the way to PP and UP traditions, ABC MPP. This has been their character, despite the fact that MPP has been a collection of brainy people, from lawyers to business magnates and conglomerates. And said the party na be because fire no bank kete now wo yi amanfo no mo cause trouble ha no mo keka ho asema be sin no. Look at it today. Now the MPP is no longer attractive to anybody.
And 1 minute
yeah, into me ankasa kwa no, even MPP say omo do national chairman mama kra, I will not accept it. Amempe, because party they don't follow leadership. Party that don't have respect for leadership, their leaders will say A, then you go and see them do S, Y, Z. And then they have every justification for the things that they do with no recourse, no respect for their leaders. Let's warn these people. No munjai.
Greater Regional Communication team member Edema NDC but Ayakasa Chief Dodu. So about the Kayan until ye
no, they have a permanent for that.
Chief, I say, make us an hour watching Mike. Now, I mean, I make us a Mike. Also, I brought every man in any one sense, party for no, Aquaco, police headquarters for no, then our chief. Yes, is our party in Yakon. Production chief Casano. For the last video, no, our party for the call, no, so it sound different.
Yeah, Mammy Chai for the Asher for my elite, Fatima call me. So, do you want oh, they me call because other station be afraid of me for okay. It's because the station mark will be now. A new program we are but you see, on said, in fact, say this year. That's it. I can. That's it. They didn't put to be bra or mine to say I can send it here. But sometimes, you know, say only animate this for also be the woman. Say also be do NDC. Also would be the NDC for here. Also be the NDC for here. Say, assembly banner come once when it come to violence, when it's come to be up with Kakasafin, near come once to be the woman. One shall obey to say, as someone who can cry. Ube deviate from the semi aircon. I was not here. I can NDC MPP party, and now we are 50 quote. Your friend is saying, I'm general secretary. Me what? Your friend is saying, your body. And I know Uncle said it is for corrupt. 3 days ago, 3 days ago, I said NDC for your corrupt. Oh,
or see MPP for no.
I say NDC. Mr. say NDC for your corrupt. Now we are.
Man, then make
I see anything for your corrupt. What you want country?
They say your kind and best me.
I say me no kind. But you any. We o machi timi wa ha. But una we owes. Wo ba ye na. But tie. Wo ba ye na. Wo go for mu ha, wo ni wo mu ejuma. O ma jiji scam free ho. O ma jiji scam free ho. But wo be kan say.
Me kan say.
Wo be kan say.
There's somebody che o mo.
Wabra wouldn't say scan or mujino, corruption, corrupt, I'll be can say. I don't know if you could take until one summer would national
stop missing.
National friends, we national secretary. Say NDC for only a corrupt, no need NDP fire canana, almost just get you more.
Some elements. Our party, the one person with this can now kill certain issues. No montanacity or may expose you on San of
but element in it for
NDC for now.
Into as a man can any day who can read it.
The crack
say, on me see, on no, oh, I mean, you put up media, send away and says, I'm off fire. I
am who can't run here.
Oh, Paparons, on go truck for 40, Sebio, what chunk performer, what you perform, what chunk performer, I will come. Oh, Yanka.
No, this no, stop him. He has to retract political. No,
and a mass communication.
And it can incite violence.
But you sit here, you allow him. No. You allow me. Say MP before, to trust him. MP before you say, MP before you say. Oh, you see. Sorry, mommy draw. Mommy draw. I will draw that one from there. We have patch on me. Me try to say. But in the fact, say remain say the chairman run say NDC. Omu fanda. Oh, the NDC buy. Oh, Jinko from a trauma. Woman must say, I will Ghana. You do come up until Ghana hanging out. Which is to know.
Chairman Rollins,
I can't to trust him. Oh, me a violent, oh, me a buga party, NDC. So I'm a motor mubui. I'm a mom. She said, oh, I'm a full way. I'm a buga. I said, Blasta Copa match. This is what he did, and I wouldn't so, and I fair draw, and I want to measure. Ah, we are talking about back where idea, and yet we can talk about the Nippon here and but you are tribute to the NPP party. And this among more, it is a Blasta Copa match. One woman so, one did it, one to be share because the Bama was attack. That's a moment I wouldn't magana for.
My breast will cry black star no guye.
So please stop matter and before me violent. But violent. A dinner violent. A can find some of your can afford be whom. What TV or radio so I did bet me ask or bet me in court and I say because criminal libero. NDC for mu obikasa radio so kra no mu bunu kra na ndo kwa kufa ba na meji free ho enu na budi inside ba bi o man ase de so freedom of speech no attack freedom of speech. That's your records.
Yeah, JM is
that is your records. Na ndo kwa kufa na meji free o ma ase ntro for ni ya Ghana de binu e ma ya tumi kasa o radio eni platform ahoro se na be o man be kwa ani. So what you guys empty before? I didn't see. Yeah, can is some fear. I can ever party, ever Ghana for one. A NDC for. A NDC for. If you get in a who can answer, and you know, say, or didn't trust Ghana for God, MPP assistant in Yakoton, over to you. Sabrina, if evidence for him. Evidence for him. Yeah, before the election, from 2024. General up to 2024 December. Should some NDC for Kawa? Should some can some of you can say so a top of moment, so warning a soldier for any problem battle of you. Statement or a statement, Papa. When him said chat to the national security. Over to you. As a brother can some of us, you condemn. Me who say MPP for paying for be condemn. So what you say?
But as I'm on the press release by production
but the NDC for yen. Omo pese I said one party state. Obian to me kasa. E tu kasa na e tu. Hwe NDC for West no mu social media. Hwe asem mu kafa na kwa na kwa do kwa no ma drone say bi onye nipa. Yet you may be a who's an yamming in Amanico. Send a bear, Obia, which me a catcher na drink, a farmer who, a good governance, no man according. What you are doing. And now, yeah, your coalition, by election. I will put ya. Share the own vice chairman, as no cry. Azoka, it's as much as Azoka kind of the Abroni kind. The only see a tin papa, one will say a tin. One will see a tin. I don't know some Abroniaka. But I'll say here, and I will say it again. Mestre National Executive. Fripon. Justice Fripon could ya. Any chairman. Any
Justin and your justice.
You
can call him Justin. You can call him so malaria do bebe wo Ghana but o mu ya friend ya malaria you got to malaria do we mana sim ni na malaria dia mi tell me say so mu si on betena ho ma NDC fine to trust them way no be me question microphone to me kasa se bi wo kasa na police abechi wo kasa na ye nwanwa no betena say e so mo na yemi won pass bono region I mu chama ase bi wa kan asem go kan ye no wan kan asem ni say oye we o se bi o o kan yam asem o oye politics o kan politics asem ma MPP party na se yachi no obi ansi ho se MPP form metrans special regional Greater Accra regional executives so metrans no mbe hwe sa nyama we na se NDC for be nwa MPP for mom kasa esamo be du bi munyo bi ba radio me so be kasa.
Chief me person ma 5 minutes na bon komo we na me call
sure
ko do abe yaso chairman bugabuga mo national third vice chairman after Christiana Mulusu or this article something some of kai as party communicator say mo national officer so ko do akoti akwa we nya bibi anda o test nyina mo mpanyin fo na ne fresh dey afa
o say ndisi fo na afa wo ma o say ndisi fo na agbata so bitiem mi tell o say ndisi fo
no plan no strategy
o say me ba o kan MPP fo asem
o say o dey ma 5 minutes
oh say asem won kan no so no wa akwa akoti aba and you see after elections who call elections now ba which mean digest we share niama say bi e course no which mean kire wa dwen say sa niama we na e course sa niama no e course going forward next time and this one so say see or say party no to me reorganizations ni e sheko e me fa so a going forward no such elections ni ba MPP betumi awin that is how it is it will be able to match na dwen but mpacho yan tua taxes amana na dan kwa kwa MPP aban ye tua taxes ma John Dramani mama NDC nso mu so mu show man ni ye no more priorities no and make sure say o man be gina brand Ghana for be nya adwuma ye over 450 million Ghana cedis na na dan kwa kwa do twa ba ye na the share budget is fan frank for achichafo analysis for any Ghana for any institutions mpacho mu na John mama ba wa be pam san for no scan ready no ye and no say Ghana for pesa wo mu ba ye mu to electricity mu several times and I'm on the 250 percentage here back I'm Ghana for so 200%.
One I'm try to
if I told when you say mini any producers any you be John Dramani mama and he for no do mind who call o money a German no and say and went to my boy I'm Ghana ni bia ho aton onzo na you be catch you and say electricity every 3 months me tum me catch you so unse no na down be catch you say omoyi onze 10 pesos e da petrol no so enu na se bio obi a to nyam bia ye gi 10 pesos no petrol no so ne de akohwe sanitation ye bola unse ne money mo nya afi omoyi sa 10% ni 10% na aka petroleum products no omoyi fu nti sika omo de be ma assemblies no kra omo de be yi sa ewura no kra ayedi hu first amamu we amamu papa ya da mamu ma unya hwe unya just 9 months hwe sene Ghana abon sebi Ghana abon sebi wo ewura mini Ghana fo mikrofo nye adwuma nye Ghana fo unhihyi wom ne mo bu ayedin sesia se mi ba ya ni wa
ka mi se wa ka wo wi o 10 na mi de me ma 5
sesia dollar no onye onto ataban wo ataban yese dade dia no ena okobia so nu because I'm reckless economic mismanagement any economic activities are so make sure say na dan kwa for do aye no omunya mo bi hye no be sure say obi so betu anamo kakran na wo ko enim wo ba aye no god for oil on see hey get pata on say pata hey pata mo yi free every month you need $400 million na be akokra gold oil dia bra am Ghana for and wo ba we yi free ho one reality no na capture wo mo
all right fair one enti ni ba ye ten Canadian Eddie Chief Dodu, a Greater Accra Regional Communication Team member, Edema. One of our media when you say, we should be boot for boot, a Baba Quema, Joda, and you quite a bit. Come on yourself, as a name, my performance, and me, streaming live. Now, I therefore entertain so Facebook and YouTube. Also, going to that when I call my Fifi, last two open so enjoying show now, and also with data. Now I try the cost of so what we do adventure so there but at comment session so you and I can add them out. I mean Yes, some might just me. And my penny is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I am tempo so watch us here. Or there's some draw for every year. As Ghana, as Timamuni, a dear now expect to say, ABC. A dear questions now expect to say, and some draw for Mbisano. Now, Osha, after this media encounter, what will be the way forward? What will be the direction? Alpha Emma or mine. It you know, rainy asama and there's a next topic. Could you buy browser? More 10 minutes. Media encounter. This is so be with
Honorable Medasi. Sometimes, you know, it's here. Fanny me bra penny baby.
Kawasim.
Say you want to have
even plus all Kawasim.
Kawasim. I may expect to say sometimes, you know, always leave me cancel or no say or be cancel. No, be cancel. The facts are there. Go and check. Because I say, who can say go and check? You know, present us with the facts and give us the source to go and check. But when you be cancel, the facts are there. Go and check. But you will never mention single one.
And fast. I can't the fast out there. Sometimes
the maker will say, I brought your tactics in the beyond you who are
when the NDC has a political party, when the NDC has a political party, social media, radio, TV, so some fee with 2024. You send this thing to them.
My maker just say, and yet the amount of noise making.
When the noise,
it's not about the number of times you are able to interrupt and shout. That is what really sells your message out there. Ghanaians are more discerning now. We are more about facts and clarity than noise making. I think Enona MPP for and getting declared the Omako opposition because while the NDC were engaging the people, were communicating ideas.
They were there. 2024. Tell me policy and programs NDC for the bar. Apart from 24 hours, no. Tell us.
So,
no, what you are saying is that NDC communicating with people, and then communication with people.
The Patriotic Institute, you know, they say they might communicators no go school about the ideas and ideologies of the party. Because I think say most of the NPP communicators are missing the ideals of the party. What you say?
Chief, and I cannot sit here and allow you to say.
Chief, can you make me?
What do you know? What do you know about NPP ideology?
That's all.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Chief, and I'm going to say chief so Kobuga Buga. A band is sank. Every day you bet me the book at 20. A propaganda.
Now some buy and say book that can you show your book? When you book I say something which is like a chief, but it can say
oh yeah. Which is following the social media handler. Explicit analysis, details in presentation, good communications. That's what he gives. As a ranking member or as a member of a committee, you know, who follow the social media handles, he briefs the people about what the MPP is doing with regards to policies, scrutinizing them, and giving the people the reason why the NPP is doing this and why the government shouldn't do this. This is what I'm saying, say communicators need to understand. It's not about going to a studio, dragging the microphone and shouting on top of your voice just to make your people see, say, unim kasa. That is not communication. What you are saying? That's not communication. Who pursue good communication now go for the upload when they send them more allowances and them. Give the people the facts. And the people will recommend you to the people say, wait, na more fun and call. What you are saying. And that is why most of the communications of them.
And then you on tell me some account which is not fact. I ain't Ghana. I ain't on tell.
Okay.
Honorable, young
so come
because you me become fact
also kasama fact my link to the source.
Enim, it is not true. Who can't say way say that here? No, we are not for you. When you are storming my
we start here. I can't say ube anything defend the anything me bra pin. The only thing that you were talking about is trying to juxtapose and compare bad to worse. Who coaching the anything asoka baya now they have been now they have been and wako president Mahama asema oka 24-hour economy now they are both so this is not the point that we are trying to make. The point we are trying to make is chief yeah can't say man and on make catch you say so person who compare bad to worse comparing of back to west na dey more position na person tia say to obo honorable yen kan asem so asem na person me kan say we say this year no in our political spectrum no one thing that the NDC administration is seeming to get it right public engagement, and we have to commend President Mahama. And whenever I sit, I say I don't sit. Maybe. I don't sit to favor the NDC. Neither do I sit to favor the NPP. But as activists and people who scrutinize public policy and leadership and governance, you must commend the government for it. And the previous administration from 2016 to 2024, when 2016-2020, the former president, His Excellency Akufo-Addo, was doing so well. Public engagement, meeting the media, briefing them to the point say friend is saying nomination be now appointment be will briefing media no Emma NDC for about the can say aden na government no ho premise Emma be can say ne ho premise na be obeying or be fix the economy, the true of us right to COVID time. The president was briefing Emma ibenya a popular phrase fellow Ghanaians. In any time president in Bejina Hobiano, Nagana for Yinaka, fellow Ghanaians, Nana fellow Ghanaians. And people were seeing say the president is getting everything right. That's one thing you need to put in mind. People started believing, say you call 2020 elections now the only vote President Mahama was going to get is vote of thanks. Because the Akufo-Addo administration was seeming to do everything right because of what? Public engagement, letting the people know. And mind you, during COVID time, Ghanaians were very, very adherent to the rules. Sure. Why? Because the president of the land was engaging the people, making them feel say he knows our plight, understands our plight, and I will introduce free water. Say the freebies. What you say? And my Ghana for Betty say, okay, this is a leader who understands what we are going through. So in return, we must give him the listening ear. But right after COVID time, the notions started coming out. Okay, there has been some misappropriation of funds. We need the government to come and answer to this. We never heard from the government again. That is when the government started losing popularity with the people. And do you know what the NDC capitalizing on? They started capitalizing on the absence of the NPP in the media and then throwing themselves in the limelight. Books, baby. Oh, I have the facts here. Oh, I have it. You can go and check. What you say? We want some media cost studio and the paper base at 10,000. Engaging the media, engaging the grassroots because people were asking, where are our funds? What happened during COVID time? And mind you, right after COVID, prices of goods started going up. Utility tariffs started going up. Yeah. So people were asking the questions. Please, let me make my point. When you were talking, I didn't interrupt you. People were asking, say, were we giving the freebies at the end of the day? We're going to be taxed back, Anna. What you say? And this is where the people were expecting leadership. So okay, let's have people come out and come and explain. Because mind you, this is for better market time and I'm telling you a lot. During NPP opposition, the biggest propagandists in the country were Okujeto Ablakwa and Sami Jemfi. Things that sometimes you could see say clearly this is not the fact. And I'm telling you, they are not true. You could see them saying it boldly. We can book where 48 laws of power. There's something that we call selective truth. What you say? We can't but you have to. Thank you. You have to. We can't now they are better just to make it realistic. The NDC created a court-like following. We can't 48 laws of power law. When it's 29 announced 28. So like I said, court-like following. I didn't believe it. Say they are the ones having the facts, and then the NPP cannot even come out to defend the fact that they are having. True or false? Meanwhile, some of the things that they were propagating were not the entire truth. But where was the government to defend it?
The NPP was leaving it towards so the NDC saw the need to engage the people on the regular. Now let's bring it fast forward. 6 months into the administration of the NDC, what the president do? Accountability series. One can say 6 months is too short of a time, so you can't be held accountable. Or my ministers need to come and tell us. And truly, ministers need to be now one better to purpose, so especially youth development minister. Me who the papa be or can Opariado. Me nima the papa be or can. No disrespect to him. But there's nothing tangible, in my opinion, that the man said about youth development. The only thing that he was touting about policies are governments, not the other. What you say? But as a ministry, what they are doing, roadmap to, I didn't hear anything of that sort. But the bottom line I can say, the fact that the government saw the need to engage the people, say, every 6 months, let me make the people that you voted into office come and give an account of the office that they are holding on. It's enough respect. And that credit should be given to them. And this is why I said, okay, indeed, this is a listening government. This is a government that is ready to engage with the people. What you see, hence the code of conduct book. I know because they are talking, but I believe say that alone brings the opepase and part. This is a government ready to engage with the people. And now the government, the president saying say he's coming to brief the people. Now let's come down to the facts. Is it necessary? First and foremost, it's very relevant. Because if you are holding your appointees accountable, we voted for you, and then you were able to get your appointees. Now come and tell us, in this 9 months in office, what have you seen? What have you done? What have you used the funds for? And this is where I'm not expecting the president to open the books of lamentation.
To lament.
And we came, the economy was criminally managed. We have heard that far too long. That is why we voted you, the NPP out. Now come and solve the problems. Now, if you ask me, what are some of the things I'm expecting the government to talk about? Most importantly, we are hearing the 280% tariff increment from Ghana Water Company. The first question is, the Galamsey fights. We had Okujetua Blakwa. We had people saying it should be declared a national crisis and a state of emergency should be declared. How far with it? We had a general secretary now saying a few months ago, say, he doesn't support the need for a state of emergency. Now the president, tell us your stand. Should it be declared as a state of emergency? I don't make control, but clearly the thing is still going on. Now, let me read this to you. We have $969 million worth of excavator brought into the country from 2013 to 2023. And Ghana is ranked the first country that imports a lot of excavators in the whole of West Africa. Second in West Africa. Because of Galamsey. Again, first in West Africa, second in the whole of West Africa. Excavators boom. And now there's a news on my job online saying, excavators a war port, See now you see my enclave mono. Ye claw manaju.
Some of the trackers are
the trackers are born. But you see that my enclave see and they are claiming the excavators at night and at dawn.
That needs to be corrected.
What you say?
I'll deal with that.
That is the my Joy News. That is the source I'm picking it from.
Yes,
what
so I'll have to clarify that.
But the bottom line is me question say, should Galamsey be declared a state of emergency in Ghana so that we can tackle the issue head on? And I say we are going to find fine speeches, fine words around it to say say we are going to launch this, the bend. Is that what we are going to hear? Secondly, what has happened to the seized golds in the name of gold board? Mind you, yes, you see, these are the questions that I need people to talk about. I'm expecting the NPP communicators to ask tangible questions, not to come here and sit here and one year say, and I can say, what's the deal about them? Massa and non-ever development to be umbrella. Thank you. Sami Jenfi told us that the country has exported over 8 billion worth of more than 8 billion worth of gold. What you say? Now, fine. The over $8 billion worth of gold. Now, does it include golds that were seized? Who is keeping a ledger on all the monies and gold seized from the illegal gold miners or illegal gold traders? Why did Busan want them? The president, please brief us on that. The third thing, issue of freedom of speech. I can say yachi adenta kumi, yachi TikTokers, yachi abronye this. Are we only arresting opposition party members, or we are going to arrest people in our party that we believe are not communicating right. Mind you, as Okako can say, Sankokochu, Afenyo Maki Woweya, and a by election. Who him there, Honorable Tanko, computer can or say, Papano, excuse my language, say, he's not educated. It's not cancer. I don't know if you heard that statement. Or see the excuse Mila say the man is not educated and he can't speak English or so. Can I say my and fanasa? But the same honorable time computer say MPP need a car yeah. I can't say more Ghana.
A friend is saying new job. A friend saying beefy.
So I can't say Obe resigned the band. He was holding him to yes. But why is it say such a person, a sitting national chairman, it's me cancer same way, and know that you can come out and come and clear say, oh, Uncle Scooter. The third question is say, are people being held accountable because they belong to the opposition party, or we are only holding people to accountable so that we can safeguard the peace and integrity of the nation?
For one thing, candidate Michael Kojo Ameya or a social activist on the on MPP on NDC, the SL can send this here or Casawi and chief lord of the core banders is here, chief at the same Chiano because my can favor NDC greater Caribbean communication team member. Also, no time in this year.
Yes, chief. First,
that's what
yes, me address it. In fact, me person the Yokasa. I like the responsible communication free no hoba. Yeah, ni one-on-one release of facts. Said you was tunable. Oh dear Tobo. Ona me mbo bi edin. Na den away no. We would che. Oh, yes ni paya dia. Ni paya dia osaye. Unyi na ya. And say ni din. Me bo me ni din ya de Michael. Ameya. Ma me mbo ameya baso. Me say
me feel
okay.
And
said you see any communication no. I mean every young person of this caliber needs to be promoted. Into me no, I will request say mo amutie no bia mo any connections bia no. You should try and give him that. Very good. He is excellent. Into my memfa enonsi ho. Na me. Oh, perfect. That's all him saying this. They say we are the most attractive brand. Into Oba Ebejina too. Oba Ebejina too. Don't worry. Me left to me alone. Ono anto anamo kakra. Na yenso ye extend yen sana. Have one-on-one na yen chase aside no. But on the excavators issue no. Me who excavators no. I saw some. Ni movie through Teshinungwa direction honum edeko miami humbi but my mentre the entire excavators no a movie out of the port no. Number one, before ekase they are moving the excavators in the night. They forget say they are validating say we have truly implemented our 24-hour economy. So in raising the allegation say we are moving the excavators in the night, you know, they are forgetting say omo validate the NDC government say 24-hour economy now almost say a year propaganda na ye no. Truly we have implemented it. Now number two, why are the excavators moving out of the port? First thing, excavators no the entire injunction too so any say MPP are buying so the way are now importing excavators without traces without traces not traces be no obete no ya movie excavators ni na de call achem na call odan na call enyinem na call nkoko side top hono wonnim nipa or imported excavators no eho na ye ba abamu ye de injunction tools excavators na so then why are we moving them out? We are moving them into our security installations ebi ewo Takrade side ebi ewo Asutrare side na ye movie for safe protection and they are all recorded. They are all on record. Into obient to me movies excavator no bakukra and fan Galamsey side without going through security checks. Into a nunti and I movies are excavators no to prevent the proliferation of the excavators at the Galamsey sites. Into ena ye movie womo. Then number 2. Was it yes, Burkina Faso omu implementing certain policies be kai say Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Sankofo na Ghana no movie foul. They move all their things, all those countries, the Sub-Sahara and Hono, omu na movie omunyoma edifa Ghana. Inji unhu bibi se fa ye highway no edi Kumasi side direction na. Eno entrese omu eno interest Ghana dia. Unless you say wako remu ebusa true questions and we say these things moving up north belong to Ghana because Burkina Faso as we speak right now omo palm white concessions ni na if we Burkina Faso Ibrahim Traore oniagro hokra abrofo omo ye mining wo ho na wa pam omo nyina ba kokra nkai. So what are they doing? They say they are doing the mining on their own. Don't worry. They are mining all these things on their own. Until Ome movie excavator ebe fine. In Ghana port ya ebe fa. What they say? Until no no yen settle her side no. The NDC government is committed to the fight against Galamsey, and we are doing our best. And one being ya honorable Omanebo Amane Mutala Mohammed Mo Akwa Monkwe. It was say yesterday the NDC government is really committed to fighting the Galamsey side because Galamsey no they affected what they say. But what we will plead with our chiefs. And he say, "Womo obstructed Galamsey fight no. Because this is a national crisis, and the president is committed to fighting the thing. But there are people on the grounds who are benefiting from the thing. Otunfoka testified recently. Say in the gathering no. Okachro mo say, yeah yeti henyina yenim pa say ye be fight Galamsey amaneja ya yenim say omo be fight. Omo nyina ti dem ase. So let's stop pretending, say, you say fight here, no. Let us fight together. Let not the chiefs and elders of the communities sit aloof whilst obstructing the thing. Then President Fanny say, yeah, no more fast here, I cancel there, no. Then you come and blame the president for not fighting. Me, what I'm say, or fight here. Yeah, Mamembra quickly to the media engagement, no. Ameya made a very nice point about respect for the people. Respect. Say wudi obuo any nidie emma womo mutu abama o. Here seriously. Eno ya de bakwa mbi before nti ahye. Because omunya position kakra bia they seem to have forgotten the past 8 years, the way they bullied all of us in this country, the insult, the arrogance, the pedantry. Now among for ye chi obi no ordinary court na ye buna tenkra e go to me bora ho no makwa free invisible forces. Now all this hooliganism and lawlessness went on under the watch of the MPP for 8 solid years without doing anything about it. Now say name about power. Now reset. You have not seen anything. In fact, if I were national security coordinator, you would see worse than what you are seeing. We have to show you people how to behave properly. Na mo nyahu kwan na mo nanti your memu, then you insult people anyhow. You can open your mouth and talk anyhow you like because Muhammad here or a nice person, then you are manipulating and destroying the image. When you say Abronya, he went to say that Muhammad did then the honor or dinadi. All those things you know they are lies, but you are saying it against the first gentleman of the land. That's the way you chutuma. Namu say then. Respect for the people, Nidia, it is very important. And that media engagement that the president has been doing from time to time, this is not the first time that he has been doing from time to time. Is
but I realize about this media engagement. I said most of the times, media for quite tackles our programs. To some call in the direction of the party. It is some groundbreaking questions. Yes, and I expect to see a better to know. I ain't to mean to.
And no. Ube blame NDC and now be blame me on Crawford. And you will questions. So this one, will you blame us as a government or you blame your people for not asking the right questions? What you say? And then there was a comment to say, President Mbe lamente. The fact is that we have to give the people of Ghana the true state of the nation in order to tell them what we are going to do about it. And you classify and know as lamentation because we saw the state of the economy. But I was here who said 8 months, we have used that 8 months to study in total what the real state of the economy into the number English word. It means in detail. Into Mr. vulgar Gan word. No, it is English in total. It means in detail. Into 8 months, we have had the time to study the economy truly, study the nation well, and know what exactly is going on. It is definitely our president. It me ebobo sa negatives so. Yeah, expect it, and let's not call it a lamentation. Thank you.
Chief, don't do it. You see, me say boss so you boss preoccupied. You say they be anytime be me born ambasso. And then go to other stations to born in the born ambasso because the one of us or can answer many communication. You see, anyway, baby I'm eating so no tiwa. And the me obey send the me because we see communicators are omuye na you no omuye neutral that we are TV station people party the communicator they started the top person Charlie when we go to Trevia Papa, anybody can say, you know, because on no fact, and on fact, so be can as I'm gonna be able to say, on no fact, on support both political yes, in the side of the con. But I'll share the cast of to who be you. But I mean, I don't see that. I don't see that. Oh, yeah, I don't see so. I can't say. Only say why justice to the issues, but the issues in how to say your mom penny and this form by Omoyeshi. Just say, woman chance. Or the best 5 minutes or 7 minutes, everybody can. As someone we can see as excavators, Chifaqua, yeah, every port, Eddie call Anajo. Eddie call baby or move to Galanse. Sister Galanse, Cecilia, dear, obey them crying to Galanse. And then 7 o'clock news, Central Region, almost shut to one of the dam. I am more Musu. Miwa. Almost shut me down because of Galamse. Means 7 million can want him. And I lost him. It's Galamse as some dear. More can say because of 24 hours sitting a year, let us say 24 hours, and you create a new sa. And you own ability to make sure, say, obey me, sure, say, would the number to a concern a bear Galamse, you better to as a African. The go brought to 2024 election. I don't say 94 card against Galamse, against MPP. Say Obuka can say on by 1 week come to me free ho. And then we are Ninante. One of cancer. Nina and then we are Ninante Banafamwa. A drip Omu National Codeta. Or see Galamse na your mama send your officer or corpus or Kuntiano. And yes, I need no one can more than that. Or since a man approaching on the Becon. And yeah, Nuna, yes, and you know, my penny. On also woman peninsu, Eden, on and now pretty. So you see, then this for so bad. Like I said, say you're true about your man penny, John Raman, ma'am. Nyama, why you Ghana had a bit see that I am president, and I'm a bind I have 2 about positive things. Ah, yeah, the 2 minutes and so the 2 minutes be here to my I'm Ghana for. Only 2 minutes, 2 minutes, man, in one no dictate Ghana for found here so. say being crofo ba you won wait e wo adwuma mu e number 1 see game man crofo adwuma nye o ye number 2 oba ye nyama na danko akufado MPP 4 year ya say be ma be drive economy to certain level omba ye omutu aso agenda 111 ye fapim I can say MPP 4 can say e be make sure say end the fit district ye be fat e wo say na ye boa
one of his speeches so can say obetua agenda 111
but me come any mo be can say if in fact look at the budget 2025 budget 2025 to 2026 budget.
This is just our first year.
But your budget no. It is a man penny John Daman mama. Committed. Nina send a tibia, but Tommy Casma, Mammy can say, Mammy come back, Tommy come and oh, yeah, committed. And now commitment. So, be making sure say, Obema economy will be funny to my pafra, no economy will be calling him to the certain level. I know I can't want to say Ghana for Benny Jumaya. I bet you mean the Yama Quamanoni, near Yaman, this guy have support your economy. But again, no one to have found. Oba, one visit one factory. I MP before you send a new way of fapping. Am I economy and economy? I am Jan Asu Kakra. Send a bear also at the Yaman to do another common. Near the Acoton, the $100, the Abu economy, now a strong economy. Oba, I don't know here. Or this are concentrate or they are too chain. Or see a new and you hear the Yanu into their two chain. It will be down my economy at Jan Asu. Or be an economy. When you come to Nyama, ye was Hana. Nyama do na Sebio MPP buyer. In fact, wrote a whole cry what Ghana hanging out, or buy out in some to so, or so, yeah, Shishimu. On your Shishimu, on your it's a new one was so say, the 8 months in years, you net so, 8 months in Edma, Fire, on to meet say, Nyama Pa, and now Fapima, or man who be calling him, say, man, Janso. I already make sure say Ghana for Benny Jumaya when we go to other institutions we Ghana hanging na education ministry, local governance ministry, whatever it is, we Ghana. What me can be? What me can be? Nyamo buy omu ya rebranded. And now we are new sanitation, new sanitation, omu go po to mafufu. Omu go yefufu. Meanwhile, sanitation issues wo ho. We call ye month num ni reference local governance omu hihye ya o be make sure say omu the san hihye no be you free constituencies ni mu it is a wood hihye bi ba just implementation wood hihye ni ba na implementation akọ wood ama district assemblies na this MMMC ni chief executive no one implement dia wo pese wo ye no na mbua but you know akọ man ska obo man no your friend say ka and also called Bodja, and also a sanitation rebrand. San, before the Yamago, send MPP policy I had buy a community mining. Omubayan, Omusom Kakoyan, correct. Ombanian also Kakoye, and you rebrand responsible, but you didn't see it. Omubayan, share, or buy no see, or buy on your mama see, or baby guy, Mama K. No, I got 20%. A free national insurance scam. So do I Ghana mama case. If I don't, some young man way in here can you now? And let me tell you, say, Pia knew what Sebio, your mom penny, I ya, Ghana for him. Said, put to a I'm Ghana for. MPP project be do now, Mujaya, Pakunka knew what you mean. Being agenda 111, being about hospitals. If I don't know for the bar first year, it must only not go for the year. From 2017, from 2013, you March of Ramani Mama. Ghana for a 2 baby. Now, who be economy that or what in an economy that or down. And a Ghana for permanent $2 Ghana for permanent ya.
And so now $2
and yeah, first 70 pesos. I'm catching first 70 pesos. You don't know who
it was 370 pesos.
It 70 pesos. The ban is said with the Ghana for call do so 4 years. Or the do so or my Ghana for your dad soon 4 years.
Oh yeah, there.
MPP4 na e be year free mo. Or buy okay Ghana for say a cow energy sector. Energy sector, Kawo, and I'm one.
na sebi e kon be fa so be yi can free one or the 1 cedis be to 1 liter so iti uto 1 gallon 4 cedis 50 pesos e na isitanu e koye mampeni bottom ni NDC for bottom because omu say 2028 omu ko iti kwan on be fa so asebi o on be jigana for ska free on bottom e dey show bottom e na ye mampeni ni NDC for ye imba cho ene nanu ya okate say anana ka bi wo ECD enti onu so otu electricity mu over 14%. Na saska na beba no odi be yi saka na nyina fi ho na aye na ECG aye effective amagani ni nya sebi omo atu ama electricity na aba form amagani ni bia mba cho otu mu 40% wansa betu ma na 3% wansa be ka ho ena nanu yi a otin enura yi a o say 22.5%. All right, eti wo shesa nyem nya wo kan nya boma ya man peni ni NDC for bibia ne ho a omo bai wa ya Ghana for ehu eni ti na minu ya ika ya ohun asem bia aka ye pon anu no bia me kan say ye be say ye man peni me nim say asenchefo betu an go bisa na asem because the asem bia no o me bisa no. Okay, fair. Alright, ko yo so we chia o mami chia Jefferson Kwame Sake Abregwan Central former PC see no ko bon sila o say be ene dey ma justice to issues Latif who wakasa who by Latif one the oye me fa ni say Latif kra ambo na ye kan asem no so kan mama go amonu ti say we man peni hu anu dey no betumi aye. Okay, for honorable me nchia nyina me ma mission to nation asafo ne me na fo but the American kese ne say nchia kese so nkoma odododio MP honorable ashi fifi ashi kote sometimes you know you don't really need to be mita no shishan keshin onya wo hana kan excuse akese kolo government the power NDC government ibo ona hegbe okay onupa ni yon man em yetasho ke despite tasho ke Richard Nyamakwe ona na kan hegbe be can be egbe school na abana ba ya BC even opposition party MPs po ameko na kan hegbe amenja wojin amenja trunk amenja troubles bo ke onye ofe no kopo e jwe money akewo gbe ke bi hekan ke wale po wonuko noko yodi non mita makebo no oja keshi 4 years ele e economy no esa akeshi obabo ohe moden ni obo ni kase mo menjina ye ododio duemi shikene ke no oba ya lele ododio bi umba kwa mejomo ke mo pe John Dramani ma mo papa che John Dramani ma ma ake boko yo model crack
okay cafe na kan no organ ntwa be enkwale do nsho na aka ogbo ha ya. Okay, but finally, me to one ma extend in greetings in chairman Mohammed, Tema West constituency chairman ke in boss bolomo the la afeto ke ohima na hima amedecha melomo no that's why what they make kuma oba because that we need mentorship ni ke moko na egbele ogbe ha moko le hu na kan leadership she MPP bi amanu no ise no wa mto na mele. Okay, so finally anu wokwe neken bi na ma atemize no okay ya electricity tariff increment ni ayo ni bolo here wona woka yake IMF na make what no AME it's part of the IMF expectations cafe no of your beho cafe no of your beho IMF conditionality say na make what increment quarterly increment efita na ka policy here is aga one uchinaka ida na me laka wo ake koni jo mama ba fe gbomo gbonyo je na kan ni ya ni woko anoko bia na me ji last time ni o experience dumso be John Mahama Daroma pak no fio dumso be woke no fee stress we can be any pay school fees I refund am sika ha me me no me je be me I refund am sika ha me iron rod I reduce the iron rod price mafia money here iron rod be me cafe na kan iron rod prices e bashing nurses ke housemanship be me na me fe pharmaceuticals ni ame fe ame hia apost e come ni bia na me ni ame post ame na me pay ame ape ame fe bo ngo tishi o anma wie no ni yo ni wo pa nke ape ame fe teacher training college bi ame hia ame fa ame hia ame shika wo ko boy ya me ni e ha bo shika no le ake ape ame shika no ya he no ya me de 24 hour economy no wo US and bia na wo implement ya me family aka wo implement denye no nye ka ke midnight no what wa the excavator 24 hour economy no di no ni ole ake corn bia na abele ni di abele eba wa ni bia na le hu ejala ete down kura omo hu jala ebashe oil ni di oil na mete ame wono ahun kete 200 and no kwe bia na eba down to 100 Ghana cedis per 5 liter o wa saka wonu nshake John Dramani Mahama government ni ba na wo ba ke ha Ghana man bi onyafo ikeme ni beko nye hani wo fen wo ke wo wale ape John Mahama se koni enya ni echiga na ke ya heli esage ko wale ne la don
say me show young guys and I can't no because of language of communication and can phone so trepa etibia aka phone e bia on kan ni sheda anya te se media na de mo kan say station so gira ho ma garden bi tira na e say de kind so wom na e man ye fitil ye fitil mo visit me ga no so say e ye kasa ye mu no say ye can be na antwe yi ana anko yi ya say and this no you nya ko ya de ma you are the you say she na ya can
Mashi TV ajatwenme kemenshi